Mean, median, mode, box, and whisker plots what we're going to go over today. So you have seen some of this in middle school. So the vocabulary that we'll be using, the mean. Does anybody know another word for mean from middle school? Average, good. So fill in the blank, please, on your notes. To get the average, you add all the data up and divide by the total number. Okay. The next thing, the next word is the median. If you lined up all the data in order, which number would be in the middle? Good. The median is the middle. The way I remember that is, where is the median in the road? In the middle. The median is that concrete thing in the middle of the road that some of them have. The mode is the number that shows up the most. Mode, most. Mode and most. Okay? All right, so number 1 says find the mean, median, and mode for the following data. All right, Stephen A., how do we find the mean? What does it tell us to do? Good, so use your calculators. Go ahead and add them up. Use your calculator, add them up. All right, LeVar, what are we going to divide by? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Good. We're going to divide by 11. Anybody already added them all up? What did you get when you added them all up? 84. And then you have to divide it by 11. So what do you get for that? 7.6. So that is the mean. You add them all up and divide by however many numbers there are. So that's the mean. All right. Madison, for the median, what does it say we have to do? So for median, you have to put them in order first. For median, you have to put them in order first. So you're going to do the smallest one. So what's the smallest number up here? 2. Then what? 5. How many 5s are there? Okay, so I have to put 5 and 5. Then what? And then, so there's 2 8s, and then a 9. Then what? And then 12. All right. Then to find the one in the middle, you're going to slash from each end. You're going to slash from each end. So I'm going to slash here and here. 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 So what's in the middle? 8. So 8 is the median. 8 is the median. You have to put them in order before you pick the middle one. You got to put them in order. Okay? And Jeremy, what does it say the mode is? All right, Jeremy, which number occurs the most in that pattern, in that list? 5. Very good. 5 is the mode. Okay? Any questions on that one? All right, number 2, the following data represents the algebra test scores of 20 students. Find the mean, median, and mode. Okay, what I want to teach you on this one is how to use your calculator. Everybody get your calculator out, please. You're going to go to Stat. So do this with me. Hit the Stat button on your calculator. And we're going to do Edit like we've done before. The only difference is we're going to type all these numbers in L1 only. We're going to type them in L1 only. So we're going to do 29, enter, 31, enter, 67, enter. 67, enter. 69, 70, 71, 72, 75, 77, 78, 80, 83, 85, 87, 90. All right, so they all go in L1. They all go in L1. Okay. All right, after you get them all typed in, now you hit stat again, go over to calc, and the chapter we're learning right now is statistics. It's this first one. All right, we're going to choose this first one and press enter until you get a bunch of numbers on your screen. You get a bunch of numbers on your screen. Okay? All right, everybody look up here real quick. Look up here, please. This X with the bar over it, that is your mean. The X with the bar over it is the mean. Now, scroll down with your arrow key. Scroll down, and there's more information. There's more information. The median is right there, MED. So you have to scroll down to see that. The median is right there. The calculator will not do the mode. You have to do that on your own. Okay? So let's write that on our paper. The mean, please put the symbol so that when you go back and look, you'll know which one it is. So the X bar is the mean. Jack, what's the calculator give us for that one? All right, so that's the mean, 74.8. The median, the calculator has MED for the median. Zach, what's the calculator give for the median? Good. The calculator will not do the mode. Riley Kate, tell me about the mode. What does it mean? Like, what's the definition of mode? The one that shows it the most. This one has lots of modes. What's the most that a number occurs? Twice, but there's a bunch of numbers that occurs twice. What's one number that occurs twice? 91. What else occurs twice? And so it can have more than one mode. All of those numbers appear twice. Any questions on that one? Okay, number 3. Faith, read that one for us. Good. Okay, so what's happening in this problem? What are we doing? What are we doing in this problem? All right, we want to know if me and a group of friends go whitewater rafting, if we can all go on the raft. How much will the raft hold? 1,000 pounds. Let's look at the median first. The median would be the weight that occurs what? In the middle, all right? It was the weight that occurs in the middle. If I know the person who weighs the middle weight, does that tell me anything about how much this person weighs or how much this person weighs? No, so it doesn't give me any clear cut. I don't know what this person weighs or this. I only know what the middle person weighs. What about the mode? What does the mode tell me? The most. All right, so it's the weight that occurs the most. The weight that occurs the most. So let's say I have 3 people who weigh 100 pounds each. Okay, let's say I have 3 people who weigh 100 pounds each. Does it tell me about the other people on the raft? No, still doesn't tell me about the other people. What if I know the average weight? What if I know the average weight? How do you get the average? You add them all up. To get the average weight, what did you have to know before you got it? You had to know everybody else's weight. To get the average, you have to add everybody's weight up. If you add them all up, would you know if you had more than 1,000 pounds? Yes. So what is the answer to this question? C. Okay. We're going to talk about what range means in a minute. Okay. All right. The next question, if you were going to open a lemonade stand on your street, what would be the best measure of data to use when deciding to run your stand in relation to the number of cars passing per hour? Okay, so what am I doing in this problem? I'm opening a lemonade stand. What am I trying to decide? Okay, so I'm trying to decide when to run it. So do I want to open the lemonade stand at 5 a.m. or do I want to open the lemonade stand at 5 p.m.? I'm trying to decide when would be a better thing to run it. When would be a better choice to run my lemonade stand? When there's the most cars passing by, right? Wouldn't that make sense? Okay, which one of those words up there tells me the most cars passing by? Which one? Mode tells me when the most cars would be passing by. Okay. All right, number 5, you've got a dot plot. This means that this is the ages of debate team members. So this means that I've got one person who's what? What does this dot mean right here? I've got one 13-year-old. What do these 2 dots mean? I have 2 14-year-olds, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 15-year-olds. So that's what the dot plot means, okay? The question says, what is the median age of the students on the debate team? Shakira, what word should I circle? Median. And Shakira, what's the definition of median? Did you say it? What? Middle. So if this one, you're going to slash from each end. You're going to do 13 and an 18-year-old because they're already in order. And then a 14 and an 18-year-old. Y'all should be doing this with me. 15 and 18. So you're slashing from either end. Luckily, it still works out. Okay. Let's see. Hallie, what am I left with? 17. So the median is 17 years old. Okay. All right. This next thing, this is kind of an information-heavy slide up here. Quartiles are percentiles that divide the data into fourths. So think about quartiles as quarters. How many quarters are in a dollar? 4. You've got 25 cents, then you've got what? 50 cents, and then you've got 75 cents, and then you have a dollar, okay? So you got 25 cents, 50 cents, 75 cents. Q2 is the median. It's right in the middle. It's right in the middle. Q2 is the median. Q1 is 25% of the data, and Q3 covers 75% of it. So basically, you're just dividing your group into fourths. You're dividing your group into fourths. Okay? So we'll talk about that more with a specific problem. It'll make more sense in a minute. The definition of range is max minus min. Max minus min. What do I mean by max? What do I mean by max? Okay, maximum. What do I mean by maximum? The largest number. So max is the largest number. What do I mean by min? Oops. Yep. Min is the smallest number. Okay? So when I say max minus min, I mean the largest number, take away the smallest number. The interquartile range, that's abbreviated to IQR, is Q3 minus Q1. The third quartile minus the first quartile. And we'll talk about that more in a minute. Okay, so the range takes the biggest number and takes away the smallest number. So it tells you how spread out everything is. The inner quartile range just goes from Q3 to Q1. So it just tells you about the middle part of the data. Okay, it tells you about the middle half, the 50% in the middle. Okay, so the 5-number summary is your lowest value, the Q1, the median, the Q3, and the highest value. So that's what I mean by 5-number summary. Okay, you've got a box and whiskers. You need to label it on your paper. You need to label it. The lowest value is going to be on this end. What's the other word for lowest value? Minimum. Okay. Q1 will be right here. Did y'all ever do any box and whiskers in middle school? A little bit? Have y'all ever seen them before? Okay. All right, Q1 is here. The median or Q2 is in the middle. Q3 is at this end of the box. And then your highest value is over here. What's the other word for highest value? All right, you also need to fill in on your paper these underline. There's underlined spots for those words. All right, for the 5-number summary. All right, so you need to label your box and whiskers on your paper and fill in the blanks.
Attention teacher, staff, we are under a code 300. We are under a code 300.
Okay, so we're actually gonna we're gonna do an example so it'll make more sense. So the following data represents the number of turnovers in a basketball season for a particular team. Find the 5-number summary, make a box and whiskers plot. Okay, so there should be kind of like commas here. Okay, so to find the 5-number summary, the first thing you do is you put it in stat. Okay, so that's what you do first. Put it in stat. So go in your calculator. Everybody do this. I shouldn't have to tell you every time. Put it in your calculator. In L1 only. All right, after I get them in the calculator, I hit stat again, go over to calc, and I'm choosing the first one because I want statistics. So I press enter, so I get my list. The 5-number summary starts with the minimum. The 5-number summary starts with the minimum. So scroll down, and the calculator puts them in order for you. It puts it in a nice, neat little list. You've got the minimum, Q1, the median, Q3, and the maximum. So let's write those down. So the minimum, Q1, Q2, Q3, and the max. So we're going to write down our 5-number summary. All right, Elijah, what does it tell you for the minimum? 10. Stephen R., what does it tell you for Q1? Samari, what's it tell you for Q1? Chase, what do you got for Q2? Yeah, Q2 is the same thing as the median. LeVar, what you got for Q3? And Madison, the maximum? 33. All right, anybody have a question about those? Okay, now we're going to make a box and whisker. So you have a line on your paper. If you don't have room right there, you can draw a line somewhere else. The first thing you have to do to make a box and whiskers is make a scale, like a number line, kind of. So what's our lowest number? What's our lowest number? 10. What's our highest number? 33. So what do you want to go by to go from 10 to 33? What do you want to count by? Fives, okay? So we'll do 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and 35. So that will be my number line. Okay, so to make a box and whiskers, you put a point at the lowest number. So what's the lowest number? 10. So I put a point above it. Put a point at the highest or the lowest number, 10. Then I'm going to put a point at the highest number. What's the highest number? 33. So that's between 30 and 35. I put another dot. For Q1, Q2, and Q3, I'm going to draw lines, and then I'll make a box out of them. So for Q1, that's at 12. You put a line at 12. You put a line at 17. And you put a line at 24. And then you're going to make a box out of that. You're going to make a box out of that. And then the last thing you do is you connect the tails. They're called the whiskers, like on a cat. Meow. Okay, so that's your box and whiskers. Okay, the last thing we have to do is answer this question. What is the range and IQR? Madison, what did we say range was? What's the definition of it? Good, max minus min. So Shakira, what's the maximum? And what's the minimum? Good. And 33 minus 10 is 23. So that's the range. Zach, what do we say the IQR was? Good. IQR is Q3 minus Q1. Stephen R., what's Q3 and Q1? So that gives you 12 for your IQR. So that's how you would answer those questions. So you might have a question about those. All right. Number 7, use the following box plot to answer the questions. What is the interquartile range? So Elijah, tell me again, what's the definition of interquartile range? How's the formula for it? What's the formula for interquartile range? All right, so it's Q3 minus Q1. That's the formula for it. Q3 minus Q1. You got to look at your picture. Q3 is this end of the box. That's Q3. That's that end of the box. And Q1 is this end of the box. Jack, what is your estimation for Q3? What would you estimate Q3 to be at? 27. That's perfect. So we'll put 27. Chase, what's your estimation for Q3? I'm sorry, Q1. What's your estimation for Q1? 23, 24. I would take either one. It's kind of hard to see. So what's 27 minus 23? 4. Okay. B says, what's the maximum? Samari, where's the maximum on the picture? Good, all the way at the end, all the way at the end. So this is the maximum. So she's saying that's 30. Stephen A., tell me about the minimum. All right, so it's where it ends right there. So what's that? 22. So the minimum is the end of the whisker. Okay. Any questions on that one? All right, number 8. Which data set could be represented by the box plot below? Okay, this is a crazy one. What is 5? The minimum. So look in the answer choices. Do all of them have 5 as the lowest number? Do all of them have 5 as the lowest number? Which one doesn't? A. What does A have in it? A 4. So there's no way A could be it. So I'm going to cross out A. D also, what does D have in it? Okay. So can we rule out any of the other ones based off of the minimum? Okay. What is the maximum? 15. Do any of these have a number higher than 15 in them? No. Okay. So, what is 6? Q1? What is 8? And what's 12? Okay, so I need to type in answer choice B. So type in answer choice B in stat, and we need to see if it gives us Q1, Q2, and Q3 that match. So you need to type in B in stat. So B gives us Q1, Q2, and Q3 from stat in the calculator. If it didn't work, you'd have to try your other answer choices. All right, number 9. Faith, read the question for us. Good. Hallie, what should I circle? Good. LeVar, tell me about inner quartile range. What's the formula for that? Good. Riley K., what do you estimate Q3 to be? 25. Good. So Q3 is right here. That's 25. Stephen A., what do you estimate Q1 to be? Good. And Samaria, what's 25 minus 14? Good. So that one is B as well. Number 10. Shakira, read that one for us. Okay, please look at this one. All right, this one is not a hard problem. It's just weird, okay? What does the contractor want? What does the contractor want? What does it say? He wants bricks that are as close to 2.5 as possible. So he's going to buy a load of bricks. I don't know what he's building, but he's buying a load of bricks. And he wants each one to be as close to 2.5. So here's 2.5. Okay, here's 2.5. If you look at Adam, now Adam's median is at 2.5. But do you see how spread out Adam's bricks are? Some of his bricks are 2.2 inches. Some of his bricks are 2.8 inches. So Adam's bricks, he makes all kinds of bricks, okay? What about Bob? Are his bricks really close to 2.5? His are spread out too. He makes bricks that are as small as 2.1. Same thing with Camille. Daniel's bricks are the closest to 2.5. The smallest one he makes is right here. The largest here. So chances are if you choose one of Daniel's bricks, he's going to be the closest to 2.5. Does that make sense? Okay, so the answer is D, Daniel's bricks. All right, number 11, a movie theater recorded the number of tickets sold daily for a popular movie during the month of June. The box and whisker plot shown below represents the data for the number of tickets sold in hundreds. What conclusion can be made using this plot? All right, Jeremy, read answer choice A for us, or 1. All right, so Jeremy, where is the second quartile on this picture? Good. So Q2 is right there. What does it say about 4? What is 4 really? 400 because it says it's in hundreds. So is the second quartile 600? No. So we can mark out that one. Zach, what does 2 say? All right, you got to be really careful, guys. You got to be really careful. Is mean one of the things on a box and whiskers plot? Is mean on there? No, mean's not even on a box and whiskers, so you can cross that one out. Chase, what does 3 say? All right, Jack, how do we get range? Good, maximum minus minimum. So, Faith, what's the maximum? 900, and Stephen R., what's the minimum? Mm-hmm, 100. So that one doesn't work either. It's not 300 to 600. Okay? And then the last one says 25% of the data is between 300 and 400. So here's 300. Here's 400. Remember, on a box and whiskers, it divides it into 25%. This is 25%. This is 25%. This is 25%. And this is 25%. So there is 25% right there. Okay, so 4 works. All right, OYO time.